For the first time since 2008, the Supreme Court of the United States ruled on major gun rights. In a ruling released today, they're striking down a New York law that barred most people from carrying handguns in public.
And tonight, our Erie News Now Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has the latest from the Supreme Court.
On a rainy Thursday morning, the Supreme Court released a major ruling on gun rights. In a 6-3 decision, the court struck down a New York law that placed strict limits on carrying guns outside the home. New York State was one of a handful of states that had limits on carrying guns in public. In this case, New York law requires that people wanting a license to carry a handgun outside their homes to show a proper cause. But in today's ruling, Justice Clarence Thomas wrote, because the state of New York issues public carry licenses only when an applicant demonstrates a special need for self-defense, we conclude that the state's licensing regime violates the Constitution. This ruling follows a series of mass shootings that ignited the debate about gun control.
I think of the parents in Uvalde. I think of families who lost a loved one.
The NRA applauded the court's decision on social media. In a press release from Wayne LaPierre, an executive vice president of the NRA, he says today's ruling is a watershed win for good men and women all across America, and this is the result of a decades-long fight the NRA has led. New York's governor says in part they're reviewing their options, including calling a special legislative session in response to this ruling. The president of the New York State Bar Association says in part the Supreme Court has delivered an ill-conceived decision that will set us back decades and further threaten public safety, adding that research published in a 2020 Justice Quarterly found that laws allowing more citizens to carry guns in public were tied to a rise in gun violence, and the higher a state's gun ownership rate, the more likely a mass shooting is to occur.
How schizophrenic can we possibly be in our government right now? On one hand, we are working on sensible, reasonable gun reform in Congress, and then right behind me, they are expanding gun rights.
At the Supreme Court, Rachel Knapp reporting.